Man, that new growth is crazy. Y'all need to like and subscribe so I can afford a retwist. But anyways, what's up, y'all? It's your man, yes, a Hermit Star, back again with another video, and I'm here to do the general read for the sign of Pisces. So if you have Pisces anywhere in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. What's happening, my spicy Pisces? What's going on? What's going on? Hopefully y'all are doing well. This is your general read once again. If you would like a personal read, you are able to book that with me by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. Just know that there are scammers in this community, unfortunately. So if there's someone pretending to be me, offering you reads, offering you anything else, it is not me. I only offer reads, and you have to reach out to me. So, gonna see if we can at least get one more jumper here. Okay. Per usual, we start with the tarot, then we get into the oracle, and that will be your reading. We start off with the Six of Wands in reverse. This could be a few things. This could be failure. This could also be, someone who is very much egotistical as well. It could be failure because you got too egotistical and you thought you were hot-ish. You thought you were, better than you are, which caused some failure. You may have thought things were better financially, is what I'm seeing here, than they actually were. And you've suffered some type of loss to where you're like, okay, or some type of failure to where you are realizing, or at least the energy here is saying you're going to realize, hey, maybe you're not as financially sound as you once thought you were. Maybe not as financially secure as you once thought you were. Now, I say all this not to make it doom and gloom. I know I may sound doom and gloom. Y'all know how monotone I get. Also, have a slight little migraine, so it's like, yeah, there's that. But as far as what I'm seeing here, yeah, it's not looking right, but it's not like you can't reverse the energy. And again, knowing what the cards are saying, knowing what is out there for you, whatever message is out there, or message is out there for you, is better than not knowing and continue on the cycle. Now that you're aware of the cycle and you're aware of things, you can make decisions that's going to point you in a direction to where you want to go. Now that you know what is up, you can now make again changes, even to how you view things, or just changes in general, personal changes on how you can go about certain situations, so you're not running into situations like this again. Your next card is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Here's why I was saying maybe you were somebody who, are somebody who got too cocky with your finances and you're suffering some type of financial loss. Okay. Now, I said that the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is not necessarily financial loss, but it is like, it's not necessarily growing, not to the magnitude of, again, when it's upright like this, right? So you still have your pentacles, you still have your money, you still have your material gain, but really this is a lack of inspiration when it comes to how you gain more mastery, gain more material gain, right? This could be you losing just motivation in general when it comes to your job, possibly, or just bettering. I really want to say more so bettering your finances. Like you're just okay with doing the bare minimum that's going to get things by. But it's not necessarily making investments that can, 10x your gains, or I said could, I didn't say will, but could 10x your gains, or, multiply them essentially and give you more, that more than what you probably could have imagined. So really, if you want things to change in that sector, think of new ways of investing. Think of new skills you can develop that can bring in more material gain. You know, um, New skills in general that you can possibly monetize, or that just good to have in your repertoire at the very least. If you're like, I'm okay with just working this job or whatever. The Eight of Pentacles still is like you should, in reverse, is still reminding you that you should, you know, if you're okay with, I guess, less or whatever, not even less, but if you're okay with where you are right now, at least give something else a try for the very point of mastering something else. The last card of is the Page of Swords in reverse as well. This is someone who is all talk, essentially. Someone who can just be very much, all talk. From what I'm seeing here is, and definitely people who are all talk are very egotistical as well. So it seems as though that there's a Pisces out there who talks a big game about wanting more, I guess, or talks a lot about maybe money moves, or just wanting more, doing things in general that can help boost their skills or their money, right? But it's really just all talk. You're not really doing much. You're probably, I don't want to say probably, like, I'm giving this example, but if it does fit, well, it fits, right? Like an example of someone who is selling courses, right? Or trying to sell something to somebody. It could be selling courses. And you are painting yourself as this individual of, you take my course, you are going to 10x your money, you're going to, and you haven't even done it. So it's like you're selling a course on something you yourself have yet to achieve. Now, it's not to say that you can't achieve that thing. It's just you need to put in the work to even achieve it first, before you go around telling people how they can do it. It's like another example. It's like a dietitian with a most horrible diet. You over here, you don't even practice what you preach when it comes to healthy eating and things of that nature, right? But you feel the need to tell everybody else what they need to be putting in their mouth, right? What they shouldn't be putting in their mouth, how much calories they need to be eating, when you ain't tracking your own calories. Now, I'm not saying every person who is teaching a course has to follow, like, because I understand, like, personal, like, there are general like senses, or just general teachings, general practices, I should just say, when it comes to pretty much everything that you would tell people, but you don't necessarily practice for yourself because you found a different way that has worked for you, and you would rather prefer that way than the general, again, practice that you go around teaching folks. I get that, but you typically get to a point when you've practiced those general points yourself. And again, from what I'm saying here, is more so of a practice what you preach, even if you don't necessarily practice that thing anymore. You would know what you prefer when you've practiced that general idea, those general practices on yourself before. Then you can go and probably branch out here and there, and then decide, okay, this general information that I now know is tried and true or whatever the case is. It works, but it's not my preferred method for myself. But I do tell people to do this general route. It could be because it's a great starting point. It's a great method. A lot of people, when it comes to a lot of things, they don't know where to start. So you just tell them the general information on where to start that will get them started in the first place. You might not be doing that anymore, but it's a starting point. It's where you started. It's how, it's just a starting point. So it's more so free game for you, Pisces. But just do that rather than just be the individual who hasn't even done it, though. Because from what these cards are saying, you haven't even done it. And yet you are telling people what to do. So you got to do it first. Don't be all talk. Don't think, I know what like I don't have to. I'm so great. If you say so, if you believe you're so great that you don't even have to practice it first in order for you to go around telling people, this might get me kicked off on YouTube, but it's like if you one of those doctors pushing, certain vaccines and stuff, and you don't even take it yourself, but you telling everybody to go and inject things in their body. Listen, I already said enough. Anyways, if you got before we get into the oracle card, I would like to remind you to hit that like button. We're not done yet. Hit the like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Okay. Also, if you would like a personal read once again, shoot me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's see what card you have today. The card you have is Hear What Is Unsaid. Interesting. First time getting this card. Tune into the silence for truths that words cannot express. Listen deeply. Interesting for this, because it's definitely a situation to where you should go within and definitely have that conversation with your higher power source, yourself, and figure out what is it that you truly want, and figure out what is it that you truly want to do. And then how you're going to go about practicing that, as I was saying here. Because it does seem as though, again, with that Page of Swords in reverse, you are someone that talks up a lot about what you either really want to do, what you have done, what you can do. But the Eight of Pentacles is someone who doesn't necessarily... I'm not saying you're not doing it, but you're definitely not, well, I do kind of want to say you're not really doing it. You're doing the bare minimum at the very least. I'm going to just say that. I won't say you're not doing it, but you are doing the bare minimum. But the game that you talk is much bigger than the mediocre work that you're putting out there. This is what the cards are saying, all right? And when I say these things, it's not to insult you. It's to just give you the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's all about love at the end of the day. If you want to better yourself, you're just going to have to be honest with the input that you're putting in. Okay? I'll leave you alone, no? That's what I have for you today, Pisces. If you've got anything of value from this video here, please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you would like that personal read, once again, shoot me an email. And I would like to thank you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Take care.